You can see now that the snake is on the screen. We're ready to go. It's ready to be engraved. Now we're going to focus more on the laser engraver itself. First of all, how to turn it on. It's in the very back bottom corner. It's a bit of a flipper switch. Turn it on and you'll hear the fans here start up. As it's warming up, it'll say mini helix and it'll go through its boot up routine. It'll tell you the version. And now it says job, which means now it can take input. So open up the glass top. And this is just a blank ukulele that I had cut for another demonstration. But now you got to put it in and see that it lays flat. The tricky part is making sure it's not crooked like that or back like this. So it's your best guess at this point. Have it in like so. And then if you want to make sure, another way to do it is take a tape measure. And if it's in there, I measure from the edge to the exact center. And I can see where the two boards were glued up. And that's, for me, it's 4 3/4 or so. Then I just measure up top here and I can see the center right there, and that's about it. Like I said, it can be a little bit off, but you want it as close as you can get it. I butt it up against this ruler and I butt it up against that ruler right there. Okay, so that's fairly centered. There we go. Since I moved it, I had to change it a little. So I've got it centered. I'm happy with that. What we have to do is move the laser to the center of the board and move the table up and down so it's exactly the right distance from the top of the board to where the laser comes out. And the way we do that is we need to turn off the XY positioning. So the first thing we do is come here to where all the controls are and press XY off. This will release it, and then I can move freely the laser head all the way around. XY off, it says XY off, question mark, go stop. If I hit go, now it releases. Now I take the laser and I just move it right somewhere over the top. It doesn't need to be dead center or anything like that. And there's a little bracket that is just on with a magnet. I just lift up and it comes right off. And I'm going to flip it upside down so the holes here and here line up with the two nubs there and there. They just fit right back on there. So I take a look and I'm going to lower it. So if there's a big gap between the wood and the tip of this bracket, then I'm going to raise the table by pressing the up arrow here. If it's not, if it's too high, then you press down and so forth. Now I can either tap and it'll go up, I don't know, about a little bit each time, maybe a 32nd of an inch, or I can hold it for a moment and it goes up quite a bit. I'm going to go, there it is, it just is going to touch it, and I go up maybe one more, there. And if you went up too far, just hit down one. All right, so now my distance is correct. Now what I have to do is turn on a laser, and that's pointer, and that's right here on the far right. Press it and you can see a little red laser. That has nothing to do with the laser that'll do the burning. That's just aligning it. I need to tell it that my home position is in the very back left corner. Now I don't just push it way in the corner and hit, stay. I need to actually see that it's on the very corner of both of these rulers. So I move it down, and I can just see it on the ruler. I know it's hard to see on the camera. When I have it, I hold it in place and press set home. That's this one. It says number 7 on the button, and that sets the home position, upper left corner. Now we close the lid and we should be ready to go. Now that everything is all set, we're going to go up here to the print button. That's the 4th one in. Print, preferences, and we need to arrange this a little bit. What we're doing is called a raster cut. Okay, a raster. It's the top one here. And the biggest thing we need to get correct right now is the size of our piece. It always defaults to 8.5 by 11. We need these numbers to match the two numbers here in the same order. So the top number here is 9, so I'm going to change that to 9. Bottom number is 12, so I need to change that to 12. If you don't do that, it thinks the piece is smaller than it really is, and everything is out of the place. So for a raster cut, I tend to do full power, and for speed, it depends on what wood you're using. For a softer wood like I have, I can go a little faster, maybe 60, maybe 70, it just depends on the wood. For a harder wood, say walnut or mahogany or something like that, I would slow it down a little so it would burn a little deeper. Ask me. I will have it set for you so you can find out what you need. It'll be easy to find. When you're all set, hit OK, and then hit print. Last thing is right above the computer, right here, there's a switch. Turn on the flipper switch. That is the vent for the smoke of the laser engraver, so we need to get that out. But now, check the laser engraver, the file should be there ready to print. As the file is transferring over, you'll see a green light, this green light right here, flashing over and over. It'll flash. Once that green light stops flashing, then you can hit go.